feel nice.
So you were born down here, man.
Huh?
This is your home base, right?
Yeah, well, Miami, more the Miami area. I was born here, lived here up until I was about 7. Moved to Immokalee, which is in the west coast of Florida. It's only about an hour and a half from here.
Sure.
I call Immokalee home.
Feel good to be back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather be fighting on this card, or are you happy that you're fighting in Nashville?
This card is, this card is closer to home, but Nashville is just like the Bridgestone. If you ever been in the Bridgestone Arena, the venue is pretty nice.
Yeah. You could have done both. You could have done this one and then done the other one 2 months
Hopefully I
ago.
can come back down to this one. So, but the thing about, the UFC, they've been Miami, they've been to Orlando, so Orlando is close enough for me too. So they can trickle back down there sometime soon.
Well, doing it in Nashville, you haven't fought there in 4.5 years or whatever since you were in Strikeforce.
Yeah, last time I fought there was 2011.
Yeah, so how good did that make you feel when you knew that you were going to be back there, you were going to be headlining another card?
Definitely was excited about it. The minute I heard about it, even I had my fight coming on the April 18 fight, I was excited about it. I was trying not to I guess, not really thinking about the August 8th card, but the minute the fight was over and I was like, Nashville, Tennessee.
So you knew then, like, let me win this fight and I got to get on that one.
Yeah, the timing was perfect. It was just April, then 3 to 4 months later, right after, the timing was exactly perfect.
Do you suspect maybe that you were going to be the main event again, because now you're headlining 3 out of 4 shows now? I mean, it's a lot of stock that your bosses are putting into you.
It is. I'm not complaining about it. I mean, obviously I'm doing something pretty good. Even the last fight, a lot of people was like wondering, I headlined 2 events prior, and then coming into the April 18th card, Leota and Rocco. Like, coming into that card, a lot of people was like, I wasn't even on the main card. I was like, to be quite honest, I was a little happy about it, just for the simple fact that I didn't have to wait till 12:30 or later on that night to fight. I can fight and actually enjoy the other fights, get to kind of hang out a little bit. So I wasn't complaining about it. But going into Nashville, given I knew I had to perform exceptionally well on that card, which, kind of would tell me where I'll be at in the card, either the call or the main event. And after my performance, I kind of figured I was going to, there was an 80% chance I was thinking I was going to end up being the main event, which came out to be good.
Why have things really clicked for you, particularly in the last 2 fights?
Just the way I stopped training. I always, the thing about mixed martial arts, it's still fairly new, and people always have a new repertoire to their game and stuff. And, I think I was just like, I was not overtraining, but I was like just trying to add too much stuff to my repertoire. So I just kind of went back to the basics, started drilling a lot. I didn't spar as much, but all I was mainly doing is drilling. And that helped me out tremendously. Went to the boxing gym. I used boxing a lot to work on my timing, because I needed my timing to be there. And, that helped out tremendously. You can see that against, when I fought Shogun. You can see that when I fought against Cummings. And brought a new wrestling coach in, John Loverati, wrestled at Penn State, works down in Atlanta, so I worked with him a lot. So working with him, I wrestled. I always knew how to wrestle. But the thing is, when you're fighting guys that, if you're fighting a striker, you're not working on the wrestling game that you need to. So he came back and he worked with me a lot about that. Well, a lot with that. And just basically went back to the basics, drilled, watched a lot of film, and that kind of clicked on everything. My cardio was working good. My strength and conditioning coach, Nate Hoffmeister, it didn't change my workout too much. We kind of emphasized more on cardio. And my coach, Eric Turner, he was like, okay, you're not going to spar as much as you need to. So there was times where, I wanted to spar. He was like, okay, you want to spar? Okay, you got 3 guys rotating in on you, and you sparring for 30 minutes straight. And I was like, what are you doing that for me? He was like, it's me to dictate, the output of my striking. I'm still working on my timing. I'm still getting a good cardio workout, but at the same time, he knows that I'm not going to go gun-ho and wear myself completely out. And, I'm not going to try to hurt myself. I'm working, but at the same time, I know I'm doing this for a 30-minute duration, and I can't give everything I got within that whole 30 minutes. So, that helped out a lot tremendously. But just drilling too. I think the biggest aspect of my training has just been drilling, because after a while that becomes second nature.
Also, as a follow-up, you've only had, I think, 2 rounds in the last years. You've had some quick fights. Is that correct? 2 first-round stoppages. 2.
In the past year,
Well, in your last 2 fights, right?
he had 2 first-round stoppages. Yeah.
Is that an advantage or a disadvantage? Because you're not getting a lot of in-octagon work per se.
No matter, I tell people no matter what, every time I fight, whether it's a 5-round fight or a 3-round fight, I'm training for that particular. I'm training all 3 rounds. Sometimes I train 4 rounds if it's a 3-round fight. 6 round, if it's a 5-round fight, I'm training 6 rounds just because you never know what's going to happen. Another beauty about things is if I'm fighting, you don't know what's going to happen. The fight can be over in the first round, or it can go all 5 rounds. But at the end of the day, as long as I get my hand raised, that's all that matters. Definitely extremely well-rounded. Good striking, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. So it's one of the things where in his weight class, and within this weight class, he's one of the bigger guys, I'm one of the bigger guys. I'm up and coming. He's been there before. I'm trying to get to where he's at. He fought for the title. He fought, the lead of the league. And, I'm working my way up there. So it's a big stepping stone in order to fight Glover and stuff. Even though he's coming off with 2 losses, he came off with 2 tough losses. And the guys that he lost to, still top 5 in the world at one point. And he lost to the champ, and he lost to a guy that, Phil Davis, which, he was in the top 5. He knew what to do. He didn't want to strike with Glover, and, Glover did, he jumped on Glover's back and didn't give him a chance to recover. And, I'm just going to go in there and hopefully just do what I can. I know he's kind of watching. He's seen my last 2 fights, obviously, so he knows he got a potential of getting hit if he comes too close. But I'm sure he got a good game plan to try to neutralize me, and I also have a pretty good game plan to neutralize him too.
But do you think he comes with pressure, because of the 2 losses?
He might. I think, the thing is, you're just like, I think the pressure, even though it's in my home state, I think the pressure is against him, just because he's coming off of 2 losses and stuff. And I got a lot of momentum going towards my way, so, I'm putting the pressure against him, so.
What does a win over Glover do for you in the division? Given that he's former title challenger but coming off 2 losses, what do you think that puts you in the division with a win?
I'm hoping it puts me within the top 3. That's what I'm hoping. And also, too, depending on which fashion the fight is over with, hopefully, I might need one more. I might need one more fight for a title shot, and that's what I'm hoping. But you never know what happens. About a month and a half ago, the 205 division went upside down, and nobody knew exactly what was going to happen. So you never know what happens. So I'm always keeping my eyes on a straight line, but at the same time, it's just like I'm making sure I'm in tune to everything.
Well, given the next title fight that's likely going to be Gustafsson against Cormier, Bader's that next guy, wouldn't it? Would you like that revenge?
I definitely would, but I mean, it's up to, it's up to the hierarchy thing, Joe and Sean and all that to figure out what's going to happen. I don't know. A lot of people when Joan got out, everybody was talking about me being a replacement. So people love seeing me fight. And the thing about Dana is he gives the fans the fight they want to see. So they want to see me fight, and my name is getting out there more. I probably might be able to sneak in there. So hopefully we'll put it on good shows, and that's what I do.
And what do you think about this fight?
The fight tonight is definitely going to be quite interesting. I was talking to a lot of people about that. Romero can't take Lyoto down. He's going to have a hard time. Lyoto always comes in with good cardio, and he fought the best of the best. In 205 and 85. And the thing about Lyoto, too, his cardio is good. Romero, you kind of look at him sometimes. Hopefully his cardio is really on point this time. He tend to phase. But the thing about Romero, he's extremely explosive, extremely athletic, so that can come into play. The thing about Lyoto, he kind of bakes people into doing a lot of things, so it should be quite interesting to see what happens. And at the end of the night, I think giving Lyoto a slight edge.
And Cormier and Gustafsson.
Well, Cormier and Gustafsson, Cormier is he's too smart. He's a smart fighter. He got clipped really good by Johnson and completely wore Johnson on. And the fastest way to work from the off is wrestling. Everybody knows that. And Cormier's going to watch out for that. And I think his wrestling is going to make a big difference in the fight. I might have to edge out Cormier.
A lot of people are saying that because John Jones is out of the division right now, at least for a while, Cormier still has something to prove. Do you agree with that?
I think he in a way he do, in a way he don't. When he fought John, it's one of these things where he was an undefeated fighter, so he had a lot of confidence going towards. He even said it. And he was like, you figure out I can be beat. So you can tell he kind of changed his training around a little bit, and he's actually fighting smarter now. And I mean, he's always been a smart fighter, and it's just the thing about Cormier is he knows how to play the game now. So he's just one of them things where he was like, okay, I know I can be beat, and he was like, he want to avenge that loss, and he can do it.
So, are you a big Marlins fan, or you just like the hat?
Obviously, I'm from Florida, so I always try to represent my home state. Playing football at University of Tennessee, you got guys from different areas of throughout the country and stuff. Guys from California, guys from Texas, probably from the state of Tennessee, guys from Georgia, Alabama, and stuff. And you get in a competition when you always talk about, okay, who has the best what state has the best football and stuff. So it's one of them things where I always try to represent my home state.
Thank you.
Ovince, you've kind of been cultivating a bit